Hey guys, I'm Ben.
And I'm Tommy.
And we've been talking games.
And today we are going to be looking at Fantasy Realms. Take it away.
Fantasy Realms. It's a game that I hadn't heard much of, and Tom Vassell gave it some high praise, so I thought I'd pick it up. We'll talk more about that in a second. Let me tell you how the game is played. Fantasy Realms is nothing more than a deck of cards and a overly large score pad.
Perfectly sized.
Perfectly sized, yes. But essentially that's it. You get cards and a score pad and a rule book. It doesn't feel like a lot, but the game is played over a various amount of rounds. It depends on how the game unfolds. So when it's your turn, you're going to start with a hand of 7 cards, and when it's your turn, you have the option of either drawing a card from an open discard or drawing a card off the top of the deck. Following that, you have to discard a card. So you start with a hand of 7 cards, you're going to end the game with a hand of 7 cards. I believe it's 7. Let me make sure. Yes, 7 cards. I don't want you going playing the game wrong. But you have 7 cards. There's so many hand sizes in so many games. Can you blame me?
7's a pretty typical.
It's a pretty average. It's either 5, 7, or 9. You know, it's odd. 7 card hand. And so throughout the game, you're going to be maintaining that hand size. It's not growing. It's not shrinking. The real question is, do you take one of the face-up cards on the table, or do you take a card from the top of the deck? You're doing this in an effort to create combos. It's all about creating combos amongst the cards. Some cards will say that you gain X amount of points if such and such card is in your hand. Or it may say if you have X card along with B card, it's going to negate cards Z and D. And so you're trying to...
Z and D.
Z and D. We skipped to the end there because you don't want to negate your cards.
Z and D, everybody.
In that order. You want to maximize the points you can get from these 7 cards. And like I said, some cards will negate, some cards will gain bonuses. But you're trying to create the best combos you can, and you're going to do this through adding and dropping cards over the course of the game. The game is played until there are 10 face-up cards in the middle of the table. So, in a game in which a lot of people are drawing off the top of the deck blindly, that's going to speed up. In a 5-player game, it can go around the table twice, and that's it. But odds are it won't. Odds are people are going to be drawing cards that
They'll
they
see a card that they want.
And try and create some sort of combo based off of that. So it varies, but there is that sense of urgency as you start seeing those cards accumulate on the table.
It's like there's 8 and you're like, shoot!
Is it even going to make it back to me, let alone go around the table again? But it's super simple. That's all there is to it. It's a very min-maxy game.
This seems like a classic game to me. I played this game and I felt like this was kind of a... It felt like classic, like Hearts kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's definitely... not themed like that. It's got the fantasy theme and it's got some crazy stuff. But it seems classic. It's very simple. You take a card, you discard a card, and you're really just trying to maximize the points, like you said, min-max. I was really pleased with this game.
Right?
Yeah, I was. Man, I went. So first of all, you took this out, and I was like, "Oh, is this that the re-theming of the other realms
Star
game?
Realms?
Star Realms,
I was
yeah.
like, you mean Hero Realms?
Hero Realms. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what it is. And then, no, this has no relation to that.
No,
so
none whatsoever.
If you're going to make a game with the name Realms in it, put other words in there other than a modifier for Realms.
Yes. But I was a hard sell because it got good reviews, but I was like, man, that much money for a deck of 53 cards and some score sheets. But each card is unique. So there's 53 unique cards. There's no duplicates.
Really cool combos, really. I think that's what appeals me, what I like about the game.
No, like, there's some that, are safe bets. Like, if you have an Elven Archer and you acquire any sort of beast, that's one of the suits, then it gives you an extra 10 points. Like, odds are you're going to get one beast throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, and you can try to build your whole strategy around that.
You can acquire
this beast really synergizes well with the other cards I have in my hand kind of stuff. But
then there are some combos where it's like, are you kidding me? Can I even get that? Like,
you get 100 points
specific
for
cards
these 3 cards
for 100 plus points.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I do that, it'll be epic.
Yes.
But is it worth doing? Like,
a good score. I think when we played, the winner had like 210 points.
210.
I ended up with 170 something.
Yeah.
And then I think you and I actually tied with like 170 something.
Yeah, my highest score is 258.
Okay.
What's interesting is there is a max score you can get. You are limited in the number of points you get. There is a maximum hand, the ideal hand that will score you the most points. Okay. they give an example in the book, and they say it's almost as good as it's going to get. I think it was like 318 or something.
Okay.
So there is a range within which you can fall. You can't have an overly superb game, but it's super simple to teach. Like I said, those are the rules. You're just drawing a card and discarding a card. But there are moments when you are sitting there staring at your hand of 7 cards, thinking,
yes,
where do I go from here? Do I follow A strategy with these 3 cards, B with these 3? Do I diss this one and pick up that one, hoping that I can get the card that I need?
I think, as you were explaining the game to me before we played it, I kind of had this feeling in my mind, like, how many cards are we actually going to score? Because you have these cards that are like, but don't score these, and you can only score this card if you don't have this. It's like, man, everything's... But it really kind of works out. You can get cards that, like, negate bad effects and stuff like that. And I just... I can't get over how simple and enjoyable the game is. And also quick. Like,
very quick, yeah.
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes tops.
I really don't want to keep... Maybe I'm alone in this. Maybe I'm the minority. But I really do think it has a classic feel to it. Just drawing a card, discarding a card, and trying to get that to synergize with the rest of your hand. Playing rather quickly. Yeah. I don't know. That's...
Yeah, it's almost a wonder that it hasn't been done before, right? Like you said, it's got that classic feel. Well, it's like
it
no one
has been
thought of creating a deck of cards where you're trying to combo them in the best way possible by drawing and discarding.
Has it really not been?
I don't think so. I haven't seen any other game. Granted, I'm no expert on the entire gaming industry.
And here we are reviewing games.
Yes, we are no experts. Take no heed to our advice. But it feels like it should have been done years ago.
Well, and there are other games that employ this mechanic,
within a larger picture.
And I want to, point out Ticket to Ride. It's got a very samey, okay, and maybe, again, I'm in the minority, but I'm pretty sure the strategy is draw all the cards in the beginning and then play them all out. This kind of has that same feeling where you're trying to draw cards to maximize the value of your hand before ending the game.
Yeah.
Or Ethnos, same thing. You're trying to gather a hand of cards that work well together, like especially when you can get cards that chain off of each other. That kind of stuff I feel has been done, but this as the core mechanic,
the only
really the only thing that's happening in the game, the way you score points is just based off of the cards that you have that work together.
Yeah. It's a game I recommend. Like I said,
check it out.
Doesn't seem like a lot, but if you get a chance to play it, definitely play it. If you see it at a game store, it's super cheap. Get it. Blame us if you hate it. Write in the comments.
Blame him. He got it.
We'll send you a check for $15.
No, we won't. That's not true. Disregard that ever.
Anyways, Fantasy Realms. Super simple, quick filler. A lot of fun. Plays up to 7.
Does it really?
Yeah, it goes 2 to 7.
Jeez.
Yeah.
2?
Yeah, it plays 2-player too. And there's like this chaos round where it's like
6.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
You're lying to me. Hold your horses, folks. Variants, 2-player realms and chaos realms for 3 to 7 players.
Trust the guy who owns the game,
Variants.
not the one that's going to offer you money, though, unless it's coming from him.
No. But anyways, Fantasy Realms, super great game. Check it out if you get a chance.
Definitely. Thanks, guys. See ya.